Hey, are you ready? Welcome to the St. Michael podcast. Woo! That tea I just made is so good. Yeah, warm honey chamomile. Warm honey chamomile. Hey, welcome to episode 17 of the St. Michael podcast, one man's attempt at business, family, and comedy. Thank you so much for joining me. Can you believe it? You see how far we've come? 17 episodes? You're talking about 17 episodes, 3 bonus episodes. That's 20. This is the milestone right here. 20 episodes total? Wow. This is crazy. You know, it's crazy for me, your host, Bly Aigbedion. I'm so glad you're here with me. And this is such a gift for you to be here with me. And I want to ask you, how are you doing? I'm talking to you, person who's listening right now. How are you doing? You don't have to answer verbally. You can answer in your head. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great. I'm glad to hear that you're grateful for everything in your life, that you appreciate everything that you see. You're truly blessed. Wow. Great catching up. So glad you're here. I want to start this episode with a sweet story, a sweet sugarcane sweet story. And this story has to do with a 89-year-old German man and an 85-year-old Danish woman. They were dating pretty heavily before this whole coronavirus situation hit, and they closed the border, and to keep their romance going, keep the flame hot, is that every day since the border's been closed, they meet where the border, where the border meets. They meet there every day, and they enjoy coffee, schnapps, and laughs. That's beautiful. It shows you that love has no boundaries. Love has no boundaries. But I do wonder what type of coffee that they're drinking. I'm not sure if you heard this new coffee craze that's going around, the whole Dalgona coffee. I mean, I didn't know it was called this until today. Dalgona coffee. The coffee where people are adding Nescafe, the freeze-dried coffee, and then they add sugar, and then they add hot water, and then they like grind it like with those whippers that you use for for eggs, and they like whip it, and it turns into like a brown like foam. I'm not sure if you see it. I know online it's called like quarantine coffee, but it's a Korean drink, and it's super popular. I want to try it, but it's so it's like a brown foam, and then you add that with your milk or whatever, and it's supposed to be amazing. Definitely want to try that. I wonder if that's what they were drinking on the border. And also I have some good news. I made a discovery. This discovery, it's a simple one, but it's taken years for me to finally get the answer to. And this discovery, okay, the issue when people have with like prevention and intervention, right? So they say go to the doctor before something happens. Don't go after something's happened, for them to intervene. Like prevent. It's cheaper to prevent than to intervene, right? And, you wonder why most people just still don't go out and prevent, right? Including myself. And it hit me that, okay, the I guess nomenclature is that people don't believe what they cannot see, right? Like perception is reality. So people cannot believe or do not believe in what they cannot see. So things have to get really bad, like really bad, before change happens, And the reason is because they have to see it before they understand that it can actually happen to them. Like when a person who's overweight and they're finally in the hospital, it's finally when they want to change. It's because they never thought it would happen. As crazy as that would seem, they never thought that would happen. People who have affairs in a relationship and cheat and everything like that. When they get caught and the relationship is on the line, that's when they want to change because they just never thought they would ever get caught or whatever it is like that. Same thing you see with people who get sick. They're like, I didn't know it would happen to me, and then that's when they want to like get everyone's like support and blessings and prayers. Which is okay. This is again human nature. But then I was like, man, why don't what keeps people from prevention? It's just not fear of the doctor. It's not fear of like what could happen. Like not that alone. But it's the fact that people just don't really believe anything until they see it. So until they see it, they're like, okay, let me do something about it. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good discovery. You probably, if you already knew that, good for you, kudos for you. But it was the understanding that of the part of people don't believe what they don't see, and the whole things getting really bad before change happens. When that bridge connected, I was like, oh, okay, explains a lot, But what needs no explanation is. I'm not sure if any of y'all got y'all check. I don't know. A few businesses I know got a little piece of that that stimulus check. Good for you, because I haven't got anything yet. I applied for the PPP. For both the water boys and the barber school, and I'm empty-handed. It's funny because some businesses were getting in trouble. For the money that were taken because the $2 trillion stimulus, check. I mean, not stimulus check, just stimulus that was the biggest stimulus that ever dropped in the U.S. Well, it was designated for all the citizens. Well, they carved out $350 billion of that for small business, and not so small businesses got it. The Lakers, they got 4.6 mil. Lakers, small business, my ass. Then Ruthchris, they got 20 million. Small business, my ass. And then Shakeshack got 10 million. Small business, lies, right? And people were outraged with those popular companies and a lot of other companies that got this money because they're not small, and some of them were even on the stock exchange. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I couldn't really join along because I can't blame them. Because when this came out, when the $2 trillion stimulus came out, and they said, okay, this is set aside. When they came out with the whole PPP thing, basically what the PPP is code for is free money. That's what those companies, they saw free money. There's free money. Who they did, like all the accountants, the CPAs, any financial professional was calling entrepreneurs and businesses were like, hey, free money, come get this. And most people naturally gonna say like, why should I spend my money when I can spend yours? So they took that, but they didn't know that all these other small businesses were going to get paid. They didn't know that. Unfortunately, they didn't know that. So that sucks because a lot of people didn't get didn't get the help that they so desperately need. And but I can't blame them though, because that's part of what it is. Like they heard there's free money because it is a forgivable loan, and they're like, I'm gonna take that. And they all gave it back. There's some companies that haven't given it back, but they have given it back, and I commend them. Hopefully I get something in the next few weeks. It'll be good to see what happens from that, and because everyone has to get ready right now because states are starting to reopen. They want to open this economy back up because that's all America cares about. That is all America cares about is the economy. If America was human and it had a trigger, that trigger would be economy. If you press that button, you will trigger America into some really crazy things because that's all I've been hearing. I get it. We do need to open the economy. I get it because all the things that could happen for not opening the economy could be really bad. I get that. But then also you want to reopen the economy safely. When you hear about all these rumors that people say, how many lives could be lost if you don't open the economy, or the people who commit suicide during these times, and all these other downsides of not opening the economy, that it could be worse than coronavirus. Well, that's good when you know what to predict, but you don't know this is new charted territory, so you don't know what could be. These are just theories. You can save your theories. It's the whole point of this whole thing is, even if you did open the economy, you have to do it right. You have to do it in a way that is safe, because if you say, hey, all y'all could go back outside and people are still scared to go out, you're still going to be messed up, So I just hope everyone, whether you're doing business or not, that you're ready for it, that they want to open this economy back up, and it's a grand reopening, so you're going to see a lot of curbside, and, get your business ready, get your business mobile ready, where you're able to deliver out to the customer, because that's going to be the most popular trend that's happening in the next 2 years, guaranteed. Make sure that you're curbside ready, so where you can deliver something or people could pick up curbside. Right now, churches, I hope they're getting their online services nice and tight, where they could stream and, broadcast their service online. I know it's not the thing that anybody really wants to do. I know even churches could do drive-throughs, not drive-throughs, but parking lots where, there are people in their cars, to worship. But, you're going to have to adjust during times like this because people are still dying, and you don't want it to get worse. In the summer, yeah, it's here, but when the fall and the winter come around, and if there is a second wave, you don't want it to where we have to go back to these critical measures of staying in the house. But there are always some opportunities and plus sides to this whole thing, is that, like with this whole transition of people trying to get back, to normal, because everyone's been waiting to get back outside, party, be with their friends, which I've already seen people already. People are not social distancing. I can tell you that right now. Parks are packed. People are saying, hey, what's going on? People shaking hands. Like, people are not social distancing, and people are just tired, I think it's COVID-19 fatigue. They're tired of being in a house. They're tired of not saying hello to unfamiliar faces and familiar faces. They want to be able to go back to normal. But no matter how fatigued, don't get finessed. Don't think that you're out of the dark, because when something happens to you, or if someone happens to someone close to you, you're gonna wish you took better precautions. But the opportunities that are happening right now is that this new reality that we're gonna probably experience for the next few months to maybe the next year or so, until there's a vaccine or something that can help treat this, is that it's the cheapest now to acquire new customers ever. Like if you're a business and you're looking for new customers, it's the cheapest now than ever. because you got companies um, that are really struggling when it comes to ads. Most ad revenue for companies has gone down. AT&T. If you don't know about AT&T, they own HBO, they own CNN, they own TBS, they own Warner Brothers, DirecTV, AT&T Wireless, and they are taking the biggest hit ever. You're getting hit left and right. Because first they lost 1 million customers. Like AT&T lost 1 million customers in these last 3 months. And the reason is that everyone's cutting the cord. They're through paying all this money for cable, subpar cable at that, and they're saying, let's go to Netflix. Commend, and I tip my hat to Netflix because that's amazing. And then also AT&T. Okay, so they're already getting hit there, where 1 million people cut the cord, right? Then people aren't using their studios like a Warner Brothers and things like that for their movies right now. So that's a pause, so they're not getting revenue there. And then also most of their a lot of the revenue has to do with ad dollars. So they're not getting the ad dollars that they used to, That's right. Right now it's the cheapest to acquire new companies, not new companies, acquire new customers, because to run ads now is much cheaper, and it will stay cheaper for a while, because not as many people are advertising. But there is like a balancing act when it comes to, trying to balance your new revenue that's already cut short because people are, changing their behavior. So you got to kind of balance this, people's new behavior and how people shop and how people patronize businesses. And then you have to take whatever new money that you have, which is already cut, and then reinvest it in these changes. I got lucky, with the Water Boys because, 5 years ago, about 5 years, almost 5 years ago, that's when we changed over from being, focused mainly in high rises, in buildings alone, and we diversified the majority of our business into mobiles, which savior. Because if I was the same way of how I was, like 5 years ago, I would probably have to shut the doors right now, which would be unfortunate, because if I was just purely dependent off of high rises and buildings, for my service, and not, having that mobile arm, I wouldn't have been diversified, and I would have been more vulnerable. But that's just me. I just got lucky in that situation. Whereas with the barber school, we're trying to figure out how to make this transition too, because they're probably going to start opening barbershops and salons and all that middle of May. And when that happens, everyone's going to come try to get their haircuts and all that. But, I don't want it to because there's one serious risk. There's one serious risk that's happening with like barber schools and cosmetology schools and all that, is that, people may think maybe I shouldn't go into, doing massages or doing, or cutting hair right now. Maybe I should focus more on something that is in higher demand or doesn't have as much risk, because, that's a very high touch business, So if that would threaten enrollment, we have to adjust, which we've already making plans of how we're adjusting, our floor plan and everything like that. So, we could just prepare ourselves for the changes in behavior, because right now you got to be ready. As you got to stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. I hope you got that energy right now, because this is the time for you to flex those creative muscles. Have some fun with it. Everyone's on a low key pause, so you could make a lot of mistakes right now, and nobody's noticing. It's funny. And they don't even know if it's a mistake. They're like just the mere sense of trying. But as I mentioned before about Zoom. Zoom is that the video chatting service, and it's crazy that Zoom came out of nowhere It's as if they were prepared. Like maybe they're behind this whole coronavirus thing. They're prepared for this to happen because like I started hearing about Zoom left and right. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Like, hey, companies download Zoom. I guess it was just an easy way to do video chatting. And I didn't even know, that the person who started Zoom, the founder of Zoom, was I guess a co-founder or a head executive at Microsoft. Interesting, But Zoom right now is taking a beating. They're kind of getting hit a little bit, and guess from who? From Facebook. Facebook is coming with it. Facebook, they saw Zoom and they said, wow, this video platform, y'all doing all right? Okay, cool. How about us? We're dropping a video chat, but the difference with our video chat, you could do 50 people in a single room. Up to 50 people? Up to 50 people in a single room? Facebook? And they said, we're going to have AI enabled 360 backgrounds. So you have the smoothest transition backgrounds, for your video chat. What? And then to nail on the coffin is that Zoom, you got to pay for it. But if you want to do it free, I think you get a max of 40 minutes before it cuts you off, right? Facebook said, we're doing it for free. We're doing it for free. God, chai. Man, they're taking a beating. Zoom lost 12% on their stock when Facebook made that announcement. And that's, when Facebook, did that to Snapchat, man, Snapchat said, we're not going to sell to you, Facebook, and if you want to, copy us, then go right ahead. Well, guess what, Snapchat? IG stories is their most popular feature. It's like, go ahead, see if that hurts us, Instagram. Well, it did. And Zoom, I bet they're going to take a little bit hit. They definitely probably got to change their business model because the fact that it's free, and they have 50 people in a single room. Wow. That game changer, so shout out for Facebook. They're a little blood in the water right now when it comes to competition. You see how Amazon, how they're doing it and how they're changing their business up. They had issues in the UK. UK was trying to tell them how to do their business. Say, you know what? If you're going to tell us how to do our business, we're closing. So in the UK, Amazon is closed. They said, because he told Amazon, you have to deliver out essential products only. So they're saying you got to change up how we do business, and at this, at how large we are, you want us to change up a percentage, a super small percentage of how we, super large percentage of how we do our business, and just trying to siphon through what we have to deliver out, essential items only. And they said, you know what, we're closing, and there's blood in the water right now. There's a lot of things going on in business. Even DraftKings, if y'all are familiar with DraftKings, that's a betting platform, online betting. Well, they went public. So if you're not familiar with going public, they're on the New York Stock Exchange and they just went public. And think about it. How dumb. You're going public. Okay. You're a sports betting company and you're going public during a pandemic when there's no sports. and their philosophy was, as long as there's something to bet on, like, what is it? It said like, Russian ping pong or anything like that, people will bet. Well, first off, ain't nobody watching that. Like you might have some addicts, some gambling addicts or something like that, or some betting addicts do that, but no, not the average person. So that's this is a weird time to go public. DraftKings, that's weird. There's a lot of blood in the water, of things that are going on, and it's all good, because your boy's still flossing. I'm still flossing through all this. Can't keep me down. Like I told you, it's a daily thing. I never forget it. This is a habit, y'all. Creating better habits. That's what we're doing here. Creating better habits, no matter how bad it is out there. We're creating these good habits. So I'll stay flossing. But yeah. What else is new? So I could share with y'all. Oil in Texas taking a beating too. Where can I buy a barrel of oil right now? Someone answer me that. Where can I buy? Can I buy a barrel? Because they Texas crude has like these. I think it was at negative $37 or something like that. So how can I buy a barrel and just keep it in the backyard? You know what I mean? Because I remember there's a guy. This is when I was like way young. I had been like 10 years old or something like that. And I saw on the news that this guy would steal gas, and he had a reservoir under his house. And I'm not sure if anybody heard the story. That'd be great if you did. But he had a reservoir under his house, so he'll go and get gallons and gallons of gas, steal the gas, then he'll transfer it into the underground reservoir that he had under his house, and then he would advertise to the neighborhood for people to come by and get bootleg gasoline from him. He did it for a while, for I guess a couple years, before he got caught. But that's true. I wonder what he's doing now. I'm actually gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up to see what that guy, if he's out of jail, and I wonder if he's still hustling. I wonder if that's still happening. Because if you're delivering, if you have people come to your house to pick up gasoline, that's crazy. That's a whole nother hustle. Just think about the risk. You got thousands of gallons of gasoline under your house. No, think about that. One match, a fire happened. Oh man, can you imagine? But I bet you made some bread. I bet you made you can't hate him on that one. Another thing. Food banks. Okay, as everyone knows, food banks are they're overwhelmed right now with the amount of people who are coming to them for food. And this is kind of a sad thing, because while food banks don't have enough food, farms are throwing away all their food. They're wasting it. Like potatoes. You're seeing places where they're dropping thousands of pounds, tons of potatoes, cucumbers, all these fruits, because restaurants aren't okay, grocery stores are a big part of their business, but restaurants is the biggest part of their business. And since restaurants aren't buying that fresh produce, they had to throw a lot of it away. And to think about that, the food banks are lacking the amount of food to give to people. And then you got farms that are throwing away all their food, and farms are saying that they don't have a good way of getting food or getting their produce to food banks, and that's just wild. That's wild that's happening right now, that, people are out there. I wouldn't say starving, but people are going hungry, struggling to make ends meet, waiting in lines for 6-7 hours for food to be told. For food at a food bank to be told there's no more. And you have farms who are just wasting so much food, so definitely would like to see something done about that. That's a super disappointing fact, that's happening right now. And I hope that that changes, but I hope that you are staying healthy, that you're working out, because there's a lot of things that are happening right now. I hope, you're either running, you're staying active, you're eating healthy. Like if you're listening and you're sitting at home and you're just getting fat and you're eating fat and you're not eating healthy, you know, just change a simple part of your diet, or just go take a walk around the block, or a few times around your house, just stay active. You don't want to come out of this, worse than how you came into it. This is a time where, yeah, we're all in this together, but we're all in different situations. So we have to be mindful of our mental health, mindful of our physical health. And one thing that people are sleeping on, you got to be mindful of your hygiene, because there's a day or two that I'm like, I didn't brush my teeth today. Dang, I didn't even brush my teeth today. And if that's happening with me, I know that's happening with everybody else. I don't know how many people that is, but skipping showers, skipping brushing your teeth, that's definitely a thing. Take care of yourself. Especially those who are in there with a loved one or with a wife or a husband. You can't be skipping showers when you got someone in the house like that. Get yourself right. But yeah, I know. Like I would like to remind those who are listening right now, if you haven't brushed your teeth, pause this episode right now and go brush your teeth. This is your reminder to go brush your teeth. And it's sad that you have to remind people of that. But I forgot, so I know you could forget. But, if you want to know what I'm sipping on, it's just chamomile tea. Delicious chamomile with honey, and it is delicioso. It's delicioso. Does that sound right? Oh, something I'm learning. So you could get in on your learning. So I'm Nigerian, first generation Nigerian American. My parents were born in Nigeria, and they immigrated here like 38 years ago, and they're from Edo State, and the tribe that we are from is Ishan tribe, right? ESAN, and I'm currently using this app. It's like easy. It's like, I'm not even sure exactly how to say it, but it's Ishan, ESAN, and it's like a Duolingo or a language app for you to learn how to speak the language, So I'm learning. Ekon, that's the teeth right there, Ekon, So I'm really enjoying that app, and I tried to learn Spanish one time and I couldn't finish it through. But I definitely want to continue this one, because Aguiabo, the shoulder. Hey, I'm learning Aguiabo, So I'd like to tell you, wherever you're listening from, I hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying healthy. A Q whale, which is good night. And I would like for you to enjoy one of my favorite parts of this podcast, which is a beautiful conversation with my wife. And look, I must tell you, it is getting better and better. These conversations are getting better. It's almost where we don't even need anything to talk about, because now the way that we talk in real life is starting to seep its way into the podcast, where this is how we really talk, where we challenge each other on things. I'm enlightened by certain things. She's enlightened by certain things. And it's pretty shocking, the progress. She doesn't get nervous, at least anymore, getting on, and she just gets on and we just start talking. And I really want you to enjoy this conversation that I had with my wife, and thank you so much. See you later. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay,
I feel great.
I feel great. Well, I wouldn't say great, but I feel good.
Is it the same thing that... Do you feel the same way every week?
Every episode, I'm like, I feel great. You know what? I take that back. No, I feel good. I feel good. Let me say that.
So, tell me about this tea that you made.
Oh, yeah. So it's just hot water, or in New Orleans, hot water. Hot water. Some lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. 'Cause I also put a slice of lemon in there. It's just a teaspoon of honey. You know, something to kind of clear you out, make you feel better.
Is it just like a warmed drink that you came up with, like as far as for yourself, or is it?
You know, I don't even know where I got the recipe from. I may have seen it on Pinterest. I have no clue. I don't know if it came out of this whole coronavirus thing and the whole drinking tea thing. But yeah,
That's what they said. Drink tea. I wonder if anybody who tried it, they drink tea and like hot liquids, if that helped at all.
well, I mean, when early last month when I was feeling a little sick, I was drinking it and I felt better. So maybe it did work. I don't know, because I feel like we had the coronavirus, honestly.
Last year?
No, like
This year?
last month. Yeah, I feel like you had it first. And then you passed it on to me, to Kenzo, and then passed it on to me.
Man,
like we did have
the
it,
time? You
though.
talking about the time where my voice is gone?
Your voice was gone. You had a fever. You were sweating, but you were freezing. And the doctor said you didn't have the flu.
It was more than a month ago.
Yeah, that was like the beginning of March.
Yeah, you know, it was funny when that happened. You know, it's the first inkling that, like, you know, when people talk about like, what's her name? Someone, I forgot who they are, but they I always forget. But they insure things, like, you know, like someone might insure their hair because their hair is a lot part of their brand or whatever, right? And then I thought about my voice. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what happens if my voice goes out and I need to use my voice for things? You know what I mean? Remember I was telling you about that? I was like, man, like, okay, I do the podcast and stand up, and those things require your voice. You know,
can do sign language. Flip the script. Look, I'll teach you.
It's funny. I thought about that same thing. Like if you did sign language, like if you're had someone interpret for you, that who would be the person who's the funny one? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I see.
Because I'm doing the jokes in sign language, and then he's hitting the jokes so people can understand. They're like, oh.
They're laughing at him, but not you.
Yeah. And I said that would be kind of like a flip, you know? Because I've never seen I've seen blind people do a comedy, but as far as like deaf people, no. What?
Did you ever see that video of, it was either Snoop or Waka Flocka performing?
Yeah.
And the interpreter was like getting all the attention. I think it was Waka Flocka. And then he went over to the interpreter and he's like rocking with the dancing with because she was getting all the attention. He's the main performer, but she's interpreting in sign language and she's getting the crowd like going. Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
He thought she was just...
He thought she was dancing.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm signing.
That was so embarrassing. Yeah.
That was cool though.
But that's do you ever think about using your sign language for?
I've thought about it. Yeah, when I was younger, my parents kind of pushed me into being an interpreter, but you know, I thought about it. You know, why not? I know how to sign.
Would you like if you were to try it now, like what's something I would say and you would interpret for the
oh my goodness,
the listeners, right?
It should be fun. People always say, how do you say the F word? I'm like, why y'all always go to the curse words first?
Is that what people think?
Yeah. Say the B word. How you say the B word in sign language? I'm like, can I show you how to spell your name or something? Like, let's do that first.
Yeah. So, okay. If you were to interpret this one, right? And, so you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, a whale's son, right?
A what son?
A whale's.
Like a dolphin? A whale?
Yeah, a whale.
Oh, I don't even know how to say whale in sign language.
But how do you say something swimming?
Like, this is dolphin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and the sun goes up. You have to interpret it as a talk.
Oh, as you're talking? Okay, start over because I was confused.
Okay, so.
It's nighttime, y'all.
Yeah. So, a whale's son asked his father, whale, and he says, Daddy, where do babies come from? Or where did I come from? And the whale's father said, oh yeah, the little whale's father said, you came from my balls, son. Yeah, continue.
No,
it's a good one.
Babe.
What?
I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
My parents are watching.
Oh, okay. But the joke, this is Dion Cole had this joke, and he said that he says, "Hey, where did I come from?" He's like, "You came from my balls, son." He says, "Oh, thanks, Dad." He says, "You're welcome." He said it's a dad. It's a. You don't like it all? No. Man, we started this off pretty badly.
See,
I ruined it.
People always saying, "How you say the F word? How you say the B word?" Example number 1.
Is that kind of true?
Yeah, that always happens.
How do you say the F word?
See, I'm not gonna show you that.
That's right. That's not good.
Off camera, I'll show you off camera.
Okay, and the B word you won't show you there.
Off camera.
Yeah. So I wonder if any of the listeners got their check.
Ooh, that's demolition.
I saw that meme today where that little poor boy
I know,
with the
right?
ball. He says, "Excuse me, sir, may I have more stimulus?" That's
That's
funny.
me. Like, excuse me, sir, can I have a stimulus in this?
Yeah, because right now, okay, the check went out. A lot of people got their checks, right? Mm-hmm. And what are your thoughts on like $1,200? Like, because other countries like Canada, I think they're doing $2,000 a month. For the residents, right?
Yeah.
But
they don't have to they don't have to pay rent or mortgage, I think.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And which is super generous.
Yeah, so really the 2,000 is going towards
they just making sure that people good, you know? Then the UK, I think they get like $1,000 or $1,500 a month. Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure how their payments for anything else is.
Yeah.
And then US, Australia does another one. I think they're taking care of their people too. In America, one-time $1,200 check?
Man, I'm like, our kids' daycare costs more than that a month.
Yeah, and you think
almost double.
Yeah, you think, okay, where is that really gonna? How can you take care of anything with that amount?
I don't think you could take care of much.
Well, when it comes to that amount, do you feel like they should? What do you think is the solution to that?
I'm hearing rumors that they're going to, this is not the first time they're giving out this check. Mm-hmm. I hear that they're going to give out another check for the same amount. I'm not sure, it's a rumor. So, I think $1,200 honestly is really low. Mm-hmm. I mean, some people are lucky to not have to pay their rent or their mortgage right now. But I mean, what can you really do with $1,200? Yeah,
but I heard that, I didn't hear, I read about an article about that, the $2 trillion stimulus and everything they're doing is putting our deficit at, America's deficit at $25 trillion.
We got it. Look, just print out more money. I get the whole checks and balances thing. I mean, I get it, but I don't really get it, don't really care. But it's like, just print more money. Can we do that?
Yeah, but if you do that.
I know we can't, but.
No, it'll inflate.
Throw everything off.
No, it won't make your dollar as valuable if you just print.
Well, we need to do something. If we can get ourselves out of debt. I mean, look, we printed how much? $25 trillion?
No. We didn't print 25 trillion.
Oh.
Our country is in debt to other countries but
how much money did we print for the stimulus stuff?
2 trillion, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Where did that come from? They just printed that?
I think they just printed it.
Just print another 23 trillion.
No, there's no way.
Or 20, you said 25 trillion and get us out of debt.
That's who. I'm not
let
even going there.
Let me run this shit.
Yeah. Let you run this country.
Let me run this country.
Let a woman run this country.
Yeah, let a woman, a strong woman run this country. We wouldn't be in debt.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying. But everything else would be all effed up.
Buying everything around the world with coupons. You can't do that.
Oh, you know me. I'm a big couponer.
So, with the whole, now we're getting into the whole grand reopening.
Yeah.
Of
everything. Well, not everything.
But it's slowly trickling in.
Yeah. So this Friday or May 1st, because I don't know, I'm getting different dates. Dallas is opening up. So we got restaurants. We have, movie theaters, we have the malls, shopping centers. something else on the list is opening up. And
May 1st is Friday, right?
May 1st. I think so. I think it's Friday. And we're opening tomorrow. So I'm going back to work tomorrow, which is exciting but scary at the same time. I'm having like lots of anxiety right now.
Why?
Because I just don't know how it's going to go. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm excited to kind of get back to, I'm excited to get back to work, but it's going to be different. So we're doing curbside pickup. So basically, if you have my number, you send me a picture of what you want, the size that you want. And I don't know how the payment thing is going to work. But we bring it out to your car and we put it in your trunk. So
how do they know what y'all have? They go online?
Yeah, you can go online.
So what y'all have online is pretty much what y'all have in the store type thing?
No. So what we have, if they see an item that they like online and we unfortunately don't have it in our store, we can still order it for them through our website. Mm-hmm. So, we've always done that anyway. So nothing really changes. The only thing that changes is that no one is allowed into the mall except employees. Mm-hmm. So we'll be in the mall. Customers will be outside. So really it's just like a drive-by.
It actually you might actually like this a lot more.
Yeah, but I like to interact with customers face to face. I like the talking and getting to know people. I like that part. So you're taking away the huge chunk of retail, which is getting to meet people and converse and, exchange thoughts and ideas and relate and connect. You take all that out and really now it's just transaction based.
Or maybe it shifts, right? Like, for example, if y'all are in this, I'm not saying this as a forever thing, right, but I'm saying if y'all are in the store and y'all are kind of just having a good time, nobody, y'all don't have to act a certain way because customers are coming in.
Right.
So y'all are getting along, y'all are having conversation. Yeah. And then y'all are working it, taking pictures and sending it, communicating to customers. They come outside and that's when you have the opportunity to kind of like chit chat, what's been going on,
Well, you would think so, but what I'm getting told is that there's only going to be one entrance in the mall and out the mall. It's the same entrance, and customers are not allowed to get out their vehicle when you're dropping it off. Wow. And security is going to be there. Yeah. So when I'm walking to the customer's car I have to put the purchases in the trunk. I can't even put it in the back seat.
So they can't even look at it before they.
No, and they can't even return it.
Oh, these are like all sales final type?
Yeah. Well, for curbside pickup, I think until we open up and have customers into the store, I'm sure they'll be able to exchange or return. But as of now, when it's the curbside pickup, we're not allowed to take anything back into the store.
Oh, because like
the virus may live on the object or whatever, or the item. But I think the city is like opening up Friday where people can actually go into the malls. So I think just going like starting tomorrow till Friday, we're just doing curbside pickup, no returns, final sale for that moment. I think,
man, it's hard to even imagine, like the government guiding you, you know what I mean? On, hey, y'all go back out there and play. You know what I mean? Like it just all feels like a setup.
I know.
Yeah. Cause, okay, they made such a huge deal, shut it down. Right. Like not even that they were like shut down. It's more like, when South by Southwest got cut, and then when they cut the NBA, right? People were like, whoa. So then they started cutting all these events. Then that's when it really got people's attention in the government side. And then that's when they're like, okay, what do we do now? But at that moment, I feel like it's a little late. You know what I mean? And then now they're like, all right, y'all go back. Yeah. And it's them who's telling us to go back versus us feeling ready. Like when we weren't ready to shut down government-wise, other things shut down for us because they're like, we're ready.
We're ready, exactly.
Yeah.
And now we're ready for y'all to go back to work.
Yeah, now they're telling us, y'all should be ready to go back. And you're like, okay, I'm not sure if I want to take y'all's word on this whole thing as far as when we should be going back, And do you feel like you're in harm's way? Are they taking the right precautions for y'all?
I mean, we have to wear gloves. We have to wear masks. All that's provided by Gucci.
You gonna get Gucci masks?
Well,
I get them cotton masks?
I don't think so. We might. I mean, that would be cool if I show up tomorrow and I got like literally Gucci written on my mask made from Gucci fabric.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean,
that would be kind of cool, but I don't know. But I mean, I feel like I'm trying to be positive about it because if grocery stores can be open and they see double the amount of people we see in our store, I think we'll be fine. I mean, as long as we're wearing gloves and mask and we're washing our hands and all this stuff, I think.
But you don't know what kind of gloves or mask yet.
No, I don't know. I don't know yet, but I'm sure it's just like disposable gloves and masks. I think actually that's what it is.
Oh, okay. I see I know you're probably seeing a lot of ads on masks and different things, and I know they're trying to make masks look cool.
They got some really cool ones though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they do.
Which one? What type?
Even
the one with the little, the double color ones with the little air vent to the side, like those or something.
No, I don't like that one. That one kind of reminds me of Bane from What is that? Dark Knight?
Yeah,
one
Dark
of the
Knight.
Movies.
No, that's not Dark Knight. That's one with Heath Ledger.
Oh, so Bane is from
the Batman Returns.
One of them Batman movies. No, I like the girly ones, like the little flowers on it.
Those look too patty, like
I like those.
You know what I like?
That's
I like the African print.
Oh, I love those too.
Those are really nice.
I love the African print. Actually, one of my coworkers, she has one. I wouldn't say. I mean, it kind of has like a tribal print, but then it has zebras on it too. But like the background of it is like red and tribal print. I think.
Seen animal print.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
I like that. I like the animal print. One of my coworkers, he had a floral one. I thought was really cute. And then actually somebody from Gucci, their client made them a Gucci mask. So I don't know where she got the fabric from. I honestly think she cut up her own Gucci item. Yeah. Like a handbag or something, because it was our Gucci print with the Mickey Mouse on it.
Well, hold on. So is it, hold on, she cut it up, made it, and then she gave it to
then she gave it to the associate who works at Gucci. She's a customer. Wow. She made him a Gucci mask. I'm assuming from one of her items.
Is the front leather?
Yeah, it's leather. It's a Gucci leather. It has the GG print, and then it has the Mickey Mouse. Because we did the Mickey Mouse collection. It has the Mickey Mouse on it. I'm like, I think she cut up one of her items to make him a mask. Yeah.
How we're talking about masks.
I know, that's so crazy.
I know. Like, remember I told you a while back. I said people gonna start walking around and say, "Hey, nice mask."
I know, like, and that's really what the conversations are.
Yeah, like, oh, that's really nice. Where'd you get your mask? And you're like, oh, I got it from here. My mom made it for me.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So, you don't know what masks, you don't know what gloves. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to. I would think that they would have to kind of align it with y'all's kind of brand, right? No?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think right now. Maybe once we go, I guess once we open to the public, I think we'll have something like official, because it'll be part of our uniform. Yeah. We wear a uniform from head to toe. So, I mean, I can't see them putting us in just like some surgical mask. No offense to surgical mask, but yeah. I mean, we're luxury, so we got to make it like.
You gotta make it fancy. Yeah.
No, pinkies up. Make it fancy.
Okay, what I think about, right, is, how do you feel as far as like, okay, everyone talked about this 6 weeks that we just had. Was it 6 weeks that we've had?
I don't know how long we've been stuck in this house.
Let's say 6 weeks. And they say, you're not going to get family time like this ever again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
You got all that, right? Now that, now that you're going back, do you feel that, like, you gotten all the family time you could get and now you're ready to like change it up and kind of go back in? Or do you feel like, oh, you don't?
No, because you can't make me happy. Like, I'm going to go back to work and complain all over again. I don't spend enough time with my kids and my husband. Trust me, it's going to be the same.
So you don't see a change?
No, I thought not with me.
Yeah, I thought people were going to be like, oh man, finally I'm charged up. I got all the time I need. And
it's never enough though. It's never enough, especially because the boys are growing so much, especially Kenzo, the youngest. Like, he is a grown man. And I would have never seen that had I been working so much, if my life was normal, I would have really seen it like how I've seen it. So I actually enjoy being at home, even though it is stressful at times. Every parents who have kids or, parents knows. But I actually enjoy watching them grow because our conversations are different now. Like, they can really hold conversations with me. And this is all that I've ever wanted, was to just talk to them like one-on-one, I tell them secrets and they hold them. So
it kind of like upsets you a little bit that you kind of change it up and go back to what it was.
But my schedule is better now. So I'm not working longer days. I'm only working like 2 days out the week at the store. And then the rest is like working from home. So the schedule is going to be way better, I feel. Yeah, going forward.
I know the feeling because was it yesterday that I went out and did everything I need to business wise?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, I was buying supplies, dropping off towels, doing everything that I did before all this.
Right.
And I loved it. It just felt so good because I'm getting back to, it just felt so normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You didn't even think twice about it. You got up that morning and was like, all right, Bly, I'm going to head out. I got to do this, this, and this, and this. And then you came back hours later. Like, you could tell you were just like back in your groove.
Yeah, I was like, and I felt it. I was like, this feels so much better. And it's not that, I guess that's what vacations do. Yeah,
that it just recharges you.
Yeah, because, before I used to kind of like be negative towards vacations, because I used to think, people like, look, you never miss what you never had, really. I'm not sure if that's even a thing, but when I did vacation like that, okay, we will have guys trips and vacation that way,
right?
But it wasn't like I came back and like, oh man, like it was like I was laying on the beach.
Yeah, and because exactly when y'all have y'all guys trips, you come back and you're just even more tired. You're like, we did way too much.
Yeah.
See, with girls, when we go on our girls trip, we come back refreshed, recharged. We're like ready to take on the world.
Yeah. So when people were like, oh, I need to, go on the beach, lay out, just do all unwind. That. Yeah, I used to think, how spoiled are you?
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Spoil me.
I was like, man, like to go out and just rest and to come back. I'm like, what is that? That's not even a thing. Like I even thought ignorantly, I said, if you need a vacation, then you're not really ready for the entrepreneur life because, like you never get a vacation. But then when you get times like what I just had, which we've been on other vacations, but this one was like, to me, a real like staycation / vacation where I really rested.
Right.
Whoa, I feel better.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm ready to get back to work. I am.
So are you like, are we ready like to bring the boys back to daycare?
I mean, we can. I mean, we want to start them on Monday, but I'm only gonna be out the house for 2 days.
2 days a week? 2 days a week?
Yeah.
That's all you work?
That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I just said I'm gonna be in the store for 2 days, and
I don't be listening. No. I heard you, but maybe I didn't.
You didn't. Yeah, you heard me, but you wasn't hearing me. Yeah, I'm only gonna be in the store for 2 days. That's why I was like, look, I was asking him, are you gonna be okay with the boys if you had them for 2 days out the week? Asking him that question, he looked stressed out. He was like, sure. It's like, you can't handle it.
The boys are a lot.
They are a lot. They trust me.
But
I gave birth to them. I know.
Yeah, but it's good to get back to, get them into like a
routine.
Yeah, routine because they got out of that,
But they miss school. I mentioned it once to them last week. Like, are y'all ready to go back to school? I think it's gonna be soon. And that next morning, when they woke me up, they had their backpacks.
Oh, wow.
And they don't even wear backpacks to school. Those are backpacks for when they go to Nana and Pawpaw's house.
Yeah.
So they had their backpacks and they were like, we're ready to go to school. I'm like, no, not today. I said, soon, and now they still, and it's been, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days that they've been carrying this backpack. So they're ready. I ask them every day. They miss their friends. They miss their teachers. They're ready.
So let's say that everything went back to normal in a few weeks, right? And for some reason the virus isn't as bad as what everyone's thinking it is, and we're just kind of going back to normal. Yeah. Do you feel that you've gotten enough rest?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, but you can never get enough rest.
You feel that?
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed being lazy these past few days.
Man, that feels good. That's what I'm like. Maybe this is what it feels like to be rich.
Yeah, you don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, you don't do nothing. Everything's kind of taken care of for you. You wake up when you want to. Like you're not really like stressed because you don't have any things like that you're worried about.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Do I got to pay this? Do I got to take care of that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a good life, to have.
I know. I think this past week I've been lazy. Like I pretty much been on it since we've been home, and like working out consistently and all that stuff. But this past week, yeah, I've been lazy. Like I'll work out one day and I'll not work out for 3 days, and I'm just like, You
took a break from social media though, right?
Yeah, I'm not on social media. I just figured, let me just clear my head and just get back focused on what it is that I want to do and just get ready for when the city opens up. And I think that's why I feel good and I'm ready for it, because I don't have any distractions.
Yeah, so you feel because you take these little breaks every.
Yeah, I do, and I take them for like a month long. I never take short, like 1 week breaks or 2 weeks breaks from social media. It's always like at least a month.
Does it happen where, like since you get off social media that you compensate that with something else, like more TV or something, or is it that you just?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Pinterest way more.
But you like Pinterest better,
I love
right?
Pinterest. Yeah, I love Pinterest. I'm always on Pinterest, but because I'm not on Instagram, I'm constantly on Pinterest. You know, I talked about this last time. I do more word games, make the brain a little bit stronger. Designing homes, you know, so inspiration.
So funny hearing.
I know.
When you say that, like
designing homes.
Designing homes.
You know, I'm flipping homes. You know what I'm saying? Side hustle, but all that kind of, you know, it builds the brain and it makes me more creative, which I felt like I've always been a creative person. I kind of lost it recently. But yeah, it makes me look at things differently. Like when we're walking around the neighborhood, I'm pointing out to you, like, look at those plants, or look how they painted their house. Look at that brick. I'm constantly talking about homes because that's all I'm looking at being in this house is like, okay, how can we take our house to the next level? So
social media, getting off social media is similar to like this whole break that you've been taking in general, right? Like when you go back, when you get back on social media, it's not like, oh, I missed it.
Yeah, I won't be missing nothing. But it's funny because a lot of my friends have kids. So when I get back on social media, I'm like, oh my God, their child is so big.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or I'm like, that person got married or that person had a baby. So you do see, you know, certain things that you missed. But for the most part, I mean, it don't be nothing. I don't be missing nothing. And I'm not that big on social media anyway. I don't really post as much as I used to. I don't even browse as much as I used to. So I'm not that, I don't get on Facebook at all. Maybe once or twice a year just to like.
You're not big on Facebook?
No, I used to be when it first came out. When it first came out, when we were in college, yeah, of course. I was like, I think I even told you to get on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's how long we've been knowing each other.
When Facebook started.
When Facebook started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've never really been big on Facebook. I don't have Twitter. I don't have anything but Instagram. So you know, I'm not really, and I don't really follow nobody like that either. So
yeah, I unfollowed all the distractions that on my social media. Like I took away anybody who, it's almost like anybody I don't know.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So I didn't take off anybody like as far as people.
Yeah,
I took away things that were like cars and, you know, like sports and like
interests that you were interested in the past and you no longer. I did the same.
Yeah, because I want to cut down, because you know you'll scroll through and you'll find yourself like at least for myself, not being fulfilled by the things I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you know, when I cut it down to more people, then I see what they're doing and I see like more of a glimpse into the people versus like the things that are like clickbait. You know what I mean? Because the NFL, they'll put things that are, you know, the top 5, you know, touchdowns of 2019. Yeah. Right. And I'm like, let me watch this, you know? And then that will turn into like the next one under it will be like why Odell Beckham was about to lead the NFL forever. You're like, whoa, you know?
So
and then I'll
click it.
Yeah, keep going. But when you see people that you know or people that you, I guess, are somewhat familiar with, you know, it's more about like a human connection versus an advertisement. And I try not to click. I don't know if that's just a personal thing. I try not to click on advertisements. You
know I'm a sucker for them.
Yeah, like even if it really like gets to me, like I'm like ooh, but I try not to click on it. And by try, I mean 99 of the ones that I get, I don't click on. It's only that maybe got one that I might click on. But the reason I don't is because I feel like I don't want them to know what I like.
And see, that's my problem. Instagram knows what I like.
Yeah,
because I be clicking on everything.
That might not be a bad thing though.
Yeah, it just makes me want to spend more money.
I know, but if things that you like were being shown to you more,
then I would spend more.
I know you spend more, but it's things that you like.
Yeah, but no, it's not things that I need though.
The key word.
It's not things that I need.
Yeah.
So I remember one time I bought this face mask. Such a waste of money.
Yeah, it's like a skincare face mask.
Yeah, it was like the clay mask, red clay mask, and I'm big on reviews, so all the comments were like positive comments. Let me go ahead and buy it, and I bought it. But then when I noticed it wasn't working on my skin, I said, let me go back to those comments. And I'm scrolling all the way to the beginning, and you see like doesn't work, scam, just all these negative comments. I'm like, oh,
yeah. See,
I knew it.
Those reviews would seduce you into thinking something's like true and real.
Yeah.
Man, I saw there's a big complaint about it on Amazon saying that Amazon sells a lot of counterfeit
Oh yeah,
items.
They do.
You know, and that, you know, people purchase it. The reviews will be the way it needs to for you to say, okay, so 4.5 star, 5 star, or Amazon's choice or whatever. You purchase it and you find out that it's not the authentic.
Right.
You had that before?
I wouldn't say I've had that before. I've seen it before as far as reading the reviews and saying that it's not authentic. But I remember one time when I think we had just had Idol or maybe Kenzo, and I bought like a baby carrier. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And it was packaged very nicely, and I opened the box and I'm thinking it's brand new, and it was clearly used. I'm like, how could they resell it to somebody where it's like stained? I mean, it was the baby carrier in the front. I mean, you know, you just had a baby, so producing
it had milk stains.
It had milk stains all on the inside, and I'm like, are you serious? But the good thing about Amazon, you can return it. I return everything. If it comes and it looks like it's been tampered with, I'm returning it and I'm getting my money back.
But you know, those 5-star reviews with the have you thinking something is the way it is. But then what do you do when you can't trust the reviews? What do you?
You just gotta
look at the comments.
Yeah, you gotta look at the comments, because sometimes you'll see like 4.5, 5 stars, but read the ones that give them like 1 star, and they'll say, if I had an option to give them 0 stars, I would. Or they'll say buyers beware, fake or something, you know, so pay attention to those.
I look at those all the time. You know what's crazy? When people talk about don't look at comments, because this is on like social media, right?
Yeah.
They said don't buy into comments. So, like, if you look at the negative comments, which is the only ones that you're going to notice, you know, like that's the only ones you're going to see is the negative ones. You'll see all the positive, but then you won't notice those. And, you know, and people said that the reason why you gravitate towards the negative ones, because those are the most true. And those are the ones that, you know, you beat yourself up, and then now you got someone else, a stranger, doing it. Okay, now with the whole Amazon, you know, like when you go through, it's not where you got to avoid the negative comments, because when I go through and I'm looking for like those reviews, I do look for those.
I look for the
1
negative
stars,
ones.
negative ones, because I feel like they're the ones being honest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I feel like the ones who like gassing it, they work for the company.
Yeah, I don't believe that, especially like there's a camera I purchased from Amazon.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
HD 1080p.
Really good reviews.
Yeah, super great reviews. And
we got it.
Terrible.
Like cheap looking.
Yeah, the picture was trash.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was such a bad camera, and the worst part was a lot of the reviews had an unboxing. You know what I mean? Like they unbox it. You know, you got people using it, and you see in the picture, you're like, this is such a good picture. And then you get it, you're like, oh, that's what I thought it was going to be. I knew it was too good to be true.
Too good to be true.
It was such a good price. It's like $70 for like super HD camera. And then the negative one I saw, it says, do not buy, super cheap, do not buy, fake. Yeah, all this stuff. And I was like, let me just get it anyway.
See?
Yeah.
Listen to your heart.
Yeah, but see, I'm not used to purchasing from Amazon or anything.
Yeah, you're
like
not
that.
big on online shopping.
Yeah, I'm not big on online.
I do like 99.9% of my shopping online.
It's just the easiest way, right?
Yeah, and because I work in the mall, so I don't want, on my days off, I don't want to go to another mall. I don't want to shop anywhere inside of a building.
You think that's gonna eventually make everyone lazy? Because you know everyone's doing it now. Yes,
I wouldn't say lazy, but me and my girlfriend had this conversation, because one of my girlfriends actually said, it's a group of us that we text, and she said that she's like, with all this online shopping, I may never go in the store again. And I said, that's funny that you say that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she gets her groceries delivered, and she literally buys everything online. So she's like, I would never go in the store again, even when the city opens up. And I'm like, that's crazy that you say that, because I was just listening to something on the radio or maybe a podcast. I can't remember, but they were saying it like the day before, saying that a lot of these businesses won't survive because now people... You've been in your house for 6-7 weeks. Everybody's pretty much trained on how to use online and shop online. Yeah. And it's so convenient. It shows up on your doorstep the same day or next day or 2 day. It's like, why even bother go into the store and have to worry about parking and, you know, crowds and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah. You hear that? Is that a phone?
It's a train.
Is that a train? Oh yeah,
it's weird.
So you know the Domino's Pizza, their sales went up like 7% during this whole thing, right?
Oh, we bought Domino's like once a week.
Yeah, and it's because they have to hire 10,000 more people just to take on a lot of these new deliveries, right?
Wow.
So then Greg, shout out to Greg Noir.
Hey, Greg.
And he posted one time, he's like, after this whole thing, things will not be the same, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought it might have been like an exaggeration of what could come, right? Because I'm like, who knows what it could be, right?
Right.
And comments were like, the comments below were like, what change do you see? And what do you think is going to happen? And all that. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's just recently that I just, it's like realized what it is that may change is that, okay, because of the whole COVID-19 situation, mm-hmm. we have to adjust how we behave, right? Okay, because it's gonna take until the end of next year. Let's just say, for everything to kind of start going back to normal. The things that people had to have done from, 2 months ago to next year, mm-hmm. their business has to change.
Right. Exactly.
And why would they change it back when they had to do this to survive, for the business to survive?
Right. Exactly.
So if someone, if a company, let's say a restaurant, mm-hmm. they now do curbside. Mm-hmm. They never did curbside before.
Right.
After this whole thing finished, it's not like their customer going to say, no, I don't want curbside anymore.
Right, exactly.
They're going to have customers who just want their curbside. They're not going to cancel curbside.
And I mean, I don't really see things getting better anytime soon. Like, I hate to be negative, but I think I'm just being realistic.
Yeah, it's realistic.
Even my mom texted me today. She keeps me updated on all the news in New Orleans. And I think the mayor, I don't know, the governor, mayor, one of them, mentioned that they may not even do Mardi Gras next year.
I can see that. It feels like Mardi Gras is already coming. The thing about it is that because Mardi Gras just finised,
right? And they said that they feel like a lot of people who had the virus was from Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. It adds to the point that it just finished. So mm-hmm. everything you think of is what's the next event?
Exactly.
And you think of New Orleans. What's
Mardi
the next
Gras.
Mardi Gras? It's the biggest event other than the Essence Festival that y'all have.
Yeah, well, Essence is in July, so that's done.
That's done, yeah.
Jazz Fest, done.
But y'all's event is Mardi Gras. And you
Mardi
think
Gras.
When they cancel that, because, no one knows about this whole second wave mm-hmm. and the whole fact that the virus is out there. Mm-hmm. Right now we're coming on like 60,000 people dying from, coronavirus already. Yeah. And, more than 1 million people have it. Now, and it's only like 140,000 recoveries. There's like 60,000 fatalities, and there's about 1 million people who have it currently, right? Mm-hmm. So, you're just hoping that just some miracle happens between now and the end of the year.
I know.
That you're saying, oh, now we have a treatment or something for it.
Right.
But I do see that businesses will change because the reason why y'all are doing this whole curbside thing, right, is that y'all gonna find a way, because this is what I love about this whole thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like a survival thing, Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
The strong will find a way to survive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So all these companies, because some of them, I told you, I'm not sure what those companies' situation was, but they closed up as soon as, they said stay at home. They closed their business, not offering. And, one of them is a beignet company in Dallas.
Oh, I know.
That has a window where you could serve beignets, and they just closed it. And you're like,
you can still keep your business open.
Yeah.
And no one has to come in. Mm-hmm. Just through the window.
Yeah, that's it. You don't even have to touch them.
Yeah. I thought that was so weird when we drove by, because we went to go get beignets.
Yeah. Because it seemed like a no-brainer.
Right.
But they shut down. Mm-hmm. And then you think, I'm not calling them weak. You know what I mean? But I do know that, this is a moment where you have to figure out a way to survive, because nobody's coming to save you.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like this is a situation where a lot of people are thinking like, I'm just gonna wait it out. You can't wait this out.
You can't.
You can't wait this. You have to figure out a way to like get out of this whole thing. And
right.
So that's when it just hit me that I do see it now that people will change. Mm-hmm. That the way that they do business, where they'll have a majority of their staff be at home.
Right.
Just because that's kind of how the business is going, see, luckily for, the car wash that, most of ours is, mobile.
Right.
That it's just set up so perfectly, like for something like this, you know what I mean? And that if we were just at a standalone location and that we're just, subjected to the customers that come through there, like I feel like we'd be vulnerable to shutting down forever,
right.
Yeah.
But,
I do see it that things will change. So you kind of see the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it may change for the better. You never know.
Yeah, we need to go back to New Orleans. We haven't even been.
We haven't been in like 2 years.
This kind of makes it messed up because this prolonged the fact that we haven't been back in a while.
And we were planning to go this year too. Mm-hmm. I know I miss home so much.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, I don't miss living there. Damn. That came out wrong.
Yeah, but you do miss it though.
No, I do. Yeah, I miss my family. I miss the food. I miss the festivities. I miss my friends, the culture, the music, just the freedom. You just feel so free.
Man, it's New Orleans is a whole different flavor of spot, which is, and this is just not because my wife's from there. It's
could be. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like New Orleans, I love New Orleans. It's like see, I love Vegas, but because they set it up so well, right? Like everything's set up to be entertained, and I don't know if anywhere else on earth that's like Vegas, but I haven't been everywhere. Right. And then you got the only place next to Vegas that I feel is so unique is, New Orleans, and I just love it. And I feel like the fact that we haven't been in over a year,
almost 2,
man.
Actually 2 years. Yeah, the last time we went was in May of 2018.
When do you think we're gonna?
We're supposed to go this year. We're planning to go.
No,
this
when do you
year.
think it's gonna be the next time we go?
No, I don't know. Soon. The reason why we don't go is because my mom, she visits. She comes so often. She's here like every month, every other month. So, it kind of takes the fun out of it.
You said soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, we're gonna be there soon?
No, I said when's the next time you think we're gonna go to New Orleans?
Oh, not soon.
Oh, you think not soon?
Not soon.
So you think it'll be like
maybe next year?
Man.
Hopefully this year. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
With everything going on. I mean, I would like to go this year, but it's bad. The virus in New Orleans is really bad. Is
she seeing the difference as far as like, because she's still working, right?
Yeah, she's working from home, but she's enjoying it. She actually likes working from home because she's supposed to retire in December, upcoming December. Wow. Yeah, so for her, this is like, okay, cool. I get the kind of vacation a little bit before I actually retire. So she's kind of getting a taste of what retirement is going to look like for her. She sends me pictures every day of some type of arts and crafts, or she likes to build. She builds things. So she built a patio in her backyard.
So good with her hands.
Yeah, and she was planting, and I mean, she does a lot of that stuff. She keeps herself busy, so she's enjoying it.
I kind of want to take, because you mentioned about the whole, you said garden?
Yeah, she planted some plants.
Yeah, I saw a masterclass commercial about, a masterclass? You see those? Where it says, hey, I'm Spike Lee, I'm going to teach you how to do films or something. You see those? Yeah, there's one.
Well, not that exactly, but
yeah, I don't know about that exactly, but that's an example. And one was this guy. He's like, I'm blah 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 blah, and I'm gonna teach you how to, make your own garden.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I was really interested in it. Addie, shout out to Addie and Shabrika. Addie and Adeniran. They got their master class, and they've been doing like classes on on like marketing and things like that, and he says it was a game changer. Like he says there's some like
I would think you could just go to YouTube and learn all that stuff.
See, I thought the same thing, what I mean, which because the thing about it, YouTube's kind of like Google, where you could search for it, you got to kind of put it together, you got to figure out and sift what's good and what's not.
You got to watch a couple of videos to kind of get what you're looking for.
Yeah, because you're not going to get the YouTube videos from like true experts off top. You're going to get a lot of non-experts who make it look like they're expert. You're going to get a lot of people who are experts who aren't telling you the information that you need. So you got to keep watching. Like when it comes to like designing a website, when I was like trying to figure all that out, I was going on YouTube. It took forever just to find one little solution. And like, man, like it took 6 hours to find that. Or you could go to someone who's going to tell you exactly what you need to do.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that masterclass he took. So there's one on the gardening one. And I saw what?
Just so random.
About the gardening?
That you want to garden.
No, because, I want to set up a garden.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, because, like, first you get a wood. He says how to turn this old drawer into a garden. And you get a wood drawer. You line it with, like, trash bags. And then you put soil in it. And then you put the whatever you have. And you have, like, a little watering system. And you can set that up all the way. And then I saw someone on IG, right? they built huge ones, and they were lining it and doing the same. I was like, I just saw the masterclass on that.
Wow.
Is that too random to?
Yeah, you're so passionate about this.
About a garden?
Well, you've mentioned gardens before, like a vegetable garden or a fruit garden.
Yeah.
But yeah,
fruit garden.
But a master garden?
No, not a
master. A master class on how to garden.
Yeah, because this guy seemed like he knows what he's talking about, and I said I'll do that. But
let's do it together.
But this is a group activity.
All right, I'm down. Oops.
You okay over there?
I know, right? I'm just so thrown off by this topic.
No, you mentioned gardening, and I remember seeing how interested I was about seeing about learning how to garden. And I was like, man, that'd be a great hobby. And here's the crazy part: I think that's more of something I might be interested in doing, but not doing for real. You know what I mean?
think you'll just do it one time.
Yeah, because the maintenance on that.
I know
of doing a garden and
see, that's the thing. You're gonna do it, but I'm gonna keep it up. That's what's gonna happen. So,
well, I mean, it's not a bad trade off.
It's not.
I mean, it's a garden though. I think that's
yeah. I mean, I love flowers, plants, trees. I love it all.
Man, so as far as because we're talking about masterclass and watching that, are you gonna miss any of the TV and the Netflix and any of that?
No. When have I watched TV besides Real Housewives? That's really the only time that the TV is on in the house when I'm watching it. Netflix, every time you turn on Netflix, I'm knocked out. You remember last night you were trying to find the password? I was knocked out before he could even get the password in. I was done.
Yeah.
So
because I was going to talk about, because what I'm on right now, I know you were on it a little bit, is The
until
Heist.
You left me.
Look, that's a long show. Okay, if anybody's familiar with The Heist, it's a
Money Heist, a heist.
I think it's called The Heist.
Just The Heist? Oh, okay.
It might be called Money Heist. Is it called Money Heist?
I don't know, but if I'm right, that's kind of crazy because you watched all of it and I've only watched a few episodes.
I think it's called The Heist, right?
Could be right. I don't know.
And I think I'm wrong. I think it's called Money Heist.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're right. It's called Money Heist. And
so what are you getting me? What type of gift am I getting?
Yeah, Money Heist is good. And
it is a good show.
Yeah, and it's a 4-part. I think each episode is 45 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
And those cliffhangers?
Yeah, it does make you want to watch it. I think all day Sunday or Saturday we watched it.
We watched it back to back
to back. Yeah.
Yeah, and
we had to take a little break.
Yeah, and there's something that I'm not sure. You want to talk about that, like what people may have not noticed that we noticed, or you want to kind of table that for another time?
I mean, you can talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't mind spoiling it for people.
No. This is gonna tell you, for anybody who's into relationships or anything like that, which probably everyone is who's listening, you gotta understand that the grass is not greener.
It's not.
The grass ain't greener because in this particular part, I'm not gonna talk about a particular part in the show because I don't want to spoil it for nobody.
Yeah.
But there's 2 people who are in love.
Yes.
In this, right? Mm-hmm. This guy, he got an island for this girl. He worshiped this girl.
Yeah, I mean, crazy for her.
Yeah, loved her. He was obsessed.
And I want to say it was mutual.
Yeah, it was mutual. She gave him. They balanced each other out.
Yeah.
He was more of a calm. She was a fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they had a super ignited love or whatever, right?
Exactly.
And then at one moment, she was like, you know what? I think I need a break or something like that.
Yeah.
I need to kind of move away from this. And mind you, this guy, they have all the money in the world. They have all the fresh food and
everything they need.
Everything they could possibly need. And he's like, oh, let me guess, you need a break from me, right? And she was like, yeah, and they split up, and that's when it went all bad for her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Is that she left this guy who worshiped the ground that she walked on.
Exactly.
And the fact is that when that happened, it all went bad. Mm-hmm. And that was a unique part that I saw in it that I'm like, so she left this good life.
I know.
With a great guy, and he's willing to do anything for you, and you say, you know what, I'm just not that happy here,
I'm just not feeling it no more.
Yeah, and then when it was too late, she's groveling, to get him back.
And he's like,
yeah, I moved on.
You know what? Yeah. I'm good.
He said, I moved on, and it's like,
she couldn't take it.
Yeah, that's the perfect example of like when it comes to, a relationship that you're in. Don't think the grass is greener.
It ain't.
Yeah, the grass ain't greener.
It may look pretty from afar, but when you get close, there's some patches in that grass.
Yeah, because everyone carries problems with them.
Everybody got issues.
So you're not gonna go to anybody and say like, because I see it all the time. Like someone talk about a person they're in a relationship with and say like this person, they're like so perfect. I'm like, for real, like you don't see any issues? Like, nah, they're like perfect. I'm like, red flag.
Let that dust settle.
Yeah, because
nobody's perfect.
Nobody, and then what? 6 months later, a year later, I'm like, hey, what happened to a girl? They're like, oh yeah, we don't talk no more. It's like,
she's married.
Yeah. And it's like,
she's married with 3 kids. You're like, damn.
Yeah, it's like, man, like, cause like if you're in something that's like I said has any life in it, you can work on it first by not working on the relationship, by working on yourself.
Right, exactly.
If you work on compromising, and being understanding and having a little patience, then I think you could pretty much solve anything.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? If she had all those qualities,
man,
this will be an entirely different show.
I know.
Just saying.
But sometimes people they just don't know what they have until it's gone.
Man,
you know what I mean? They don't know how good they have it. They don't know how good they have it until it's gone. So
yeah, that sucks.
It sucks, but
sucks for him.
I know.
It sucks for her, but it did suck for him.
It don't suck for her. It sucked for him because he was like crazy about this girl, and it broke his heart. That she left, and he's like, I don't want to spoil it, but he's like, you could see him like waiting for her to come back type thing, And
he won't spoil it for nobody.
She's just living her life.
Yeah.
She's like having fun. She's like partying, and he's just on the island by himself, like waiting for her to call. Man. And then she calls late.
But it's good guys like that where when it says you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Oh damn.
That shows it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it kind of like he tried to lock her in. It's like, she's for the streets, bro.
Oh my God, here you go.
Is she for the streets?
I cannot. I can't stand you.
All right, you want to talk about the word of the day?
Yeah. What's the word of the day?
The word of the day is mise en place.
Mise en place.
Yeah, mise en place. And mise en place, it's a French word, right?
Ooh, I like French.
And it means everything in its place.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so it means that like they use it in culinary arts, and food and all that, meaning like everything's set up before you get cooking. You know what I mean? Before you get cooking,
okay.
You got to make sure everything's set up. Everything's mise en place. Everything got to be in the right place. And I look at it in like an entrepreneurial type way. Like, before you get cooking in the kitchen, make sure everything's mise en place first. You know what I'm saying?
I'm literally thinking of a kitchen. I'm like, okay, I got all my ingredients out.
That's what it is.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's mise en place. Like when you got all your ingredients out,
I'm ready.
And everything's ready. Before you get cooking, that means everything's in its place. All right, let's start going. You know what I mean?
That.
And that's ready. Is there anything that I guess when you get back to work?
Yeah.
I guess y'all aren't ready to go until y'all are mise en place, or is it
right?
You got to make sure everything's in its right place, right?
Yeah, well, they did that today. They went in, they deep cleaned the store just to get us ready for tomorrow. So they made sure that everything was mise en place.
Yeah, that's right. Mise en place. That's right. Perfect.
I tried.
Well, cool. Anything else you would like to share with the listeners or anything like that?
No, I mean, I'm excited about tomorrow, and then I'll give you guys an update on how everything goes next week, but we shall see.
Man,
we shall see.
I love this one. I enjoyed it. Thank you all for joining us on this one.
Yeah,
I had fun.
This is good. This is fun.
Yeah, this is great. A few tangents in there.
I know.
Natural. Look, I'm actually feeling like I'm getting used to the whole.
Okay.
I'm getting like loose with it.
Okay. Yeah. Get loose with it. Okay. Yeah, I'm a natural.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Right. But you don't get nervous, like you.
I don't know.
You looked at this whole thing like, let's go.
I know every time we're about to film, he's like, all right, you want to kind of like go over? I'm like, no, let's start. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, you're one take Jack. Like you just.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's go. Throw me in there, coach.
Yeah,
I'm
I get
ready.
that. Oh my God.
I'm saying, just throw me in there.
Well, this is a fun one. Thank y'all for listening.
Yay.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye, guys.
And make sure that you wear your mask, you stay safe, and when life bites you, make sure that you bite back.